Welcome to Big Braids and Crypto. I'm your host, Mr. Big Braids, coming to you live from a reservation somewhere. We're going to do an update on multiple coins since I got a bit of time here. So we're taking a look at it. A lot of everything came back down and tested the support. Looks like Mana's got a higher low, and if you want to call it that, let's take a look at an updated screen here. It looks like it's basically trying to hold support at 337. Yeah, could possibility come down to retest this 311 if this 311 gives out. Definitely looking at 278. 278 breaks. We're looking at a $1.83 at that point. So keep an eye on those. If we do get an outbreak coming up from here, we're basically looking at we're gonna have to get over 395 at the 786 line for that. Possible get some decent support at 395 for some possible accumulation in the next move up, and then 506, that's when we're looking pretty good as far as recovery. So keep an eye on those prices. Low end probably we're looking with 278s on the table, as well as $1.83. Especially with BTC looking so undecided, we're looking at just taking a look at it before we get into all the other coins. What we're looking at here is still undecided at this point. A lot of people are just looking at the market, kind of wondering what's going on, what's going to happen. A lot of people are worried about regulations and as well as COVID variants. So whenever it figures out what it's doing, that's what we're going to figure out. So the waiting game is on. If it does come down to 42,000, even 38,000, good accumulation numbers, and bearish times usually the best time to buy. And but this is not financial advice. These are my views and opinions on the market only, and you always got to do what's right for you. So I have that being said, I'm always looking for a good sale, and this is actually working out pretty awesome because definitely still the game is still in play as far as accumulation. So once BTC does decide and it does start heading towards the upside, then I guess we'll see how far it makes it, and we'll go from there. But as far as Mana goes, keep an eye on those prices there. Let's take a look at the XLM. XLM's actually came down to 24 cents, and that is an amazing price as far as looking at XLM. It did come through the 786. It basically followed the same path as BTC. It does kind of got downward trend setting up. A lot of these points were hit. Even this 28 cents was on the line. So all the way down to 24 cents. Amazing accumulation. XLM, where's all the accumulators at? Put your hands up. That's but can it go lower than that? That remains to be seen. Just like we said earlier, we've got to keep an eye on BTC. So once we start making our moves back up, then we'll start putting some decent fib lines in. That's quite as far as just taking a minor glance at where we're sitting at as far as this. I mean, you could look at it. Came through the 786. If it grabs for some support here at 0.266, for some accumulation, and then probably the next move up, that would be the ideal move. If it does if it does get rejected here and have a pullback down, and especially if BTC decides to take a dive for a little bit lower, 24 cents for the retest, and if that retest doesn't happen at 24 cents, definitely going to come down to 21 cents for some accumulation, and hopefully that next move up, and that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for, those green candles. As soon as the FUD stops, it usually comes in week in and week out for everybody that's been along for the ride this year. Even put 16 cents out there. I mean, geez, that'd be some awesome freaking sale of a lifetime prices right there on Stellar. So keep those points in mind there. Let's see, IOTX, because it finally came under 20. Let's see where we at here. Looks like it did. It did start trying to have a little bit of breakout, and then BTC decided to say, not going to do that yet. So the price is on the move down. started getting hit there. So if we can get a breakout and get under, up and over this 0.2017 mark, for the move back up and get over this 786 at 0.2206. Once we get over this, we can probably start getting some consolidation, move back up. But if BTC does decide to dip some more, 6 cents is on the table, which would be pretty awesome. I'd be, all over that. Like I'd stay up all night to get in at that price. So let's take a look at LCX. LCX looks like it's doing some awesome accumulation all the way down. There's no just big dive bombs down. It just basically accumulated down. It did accumulate through the 786. It is testing the support here at 1627. It looks like it's coming up to test this 0.20. If it does come through, you can basically look at it to grab some support and some consolidation and start moving that next move up. If it does get rejected here, it'll probably do a double bottom test at 1627. Try it again, and if it does get rejected, definitely going to pull lower and looking at 0.09878. And if BTC decides to dip even further, 0.0577 would be some awesome prices as well as far as accumulation for everybody that's interested in LCX. So keep those prices in mind. You always got to remember, this is not financial advice. These are my views and opinions on the market only. And, you always got to do what's right for you. GALA's looking pretty decent. It's still, it's like we said, a lot of double bottoms going on here, and 0.36 is on the table here. As far as BTC dipping, we got to put this 12 cents on there. Does it go that low? Remains to be seen. Just like we've been talking about, a lot of the the gamer coins are actually doing pretty good. So the 786 support at 0.444 is actually holding. So if we get a move up over the 618 at 0.50948 for the next move up, that would be the ideal move, which would be pretty awesome. So let's keep an eye on that. If this support gives out, look for those lower prices on GALA. What else we got going here? LRC. Let's take a look. Just as you notice, LRC has that same setup, the little double bottom there. It does look like it's actually doing something, making some moves up. Might come up here and test this 786 line at 245. If it does get through 245, you can probably look for some consolidation here and then come up and test this 618 here at 275. If it does get through, and then we'll start working on our next move up. If it does get rejected, it's going to come back down and test this 786 line at 245. If 245 holds, we can start looking for that next move up. If it does give way, it's more than likely going to come down and test 206, possibly lower at 96 cents is on the table. Does it go that low? Let's get rid of this and see where we're at so far. See where it's getting stuck at. So it looks like it did come through the 618. So I'm probably going to check some support here and then just start moving its way up. Once it gets over 260 here, we should start, looking towards a decent breakout, or even start forming that, little cup and handle pattern there for that next leg up. So let's keep an eye on those prices. If it does get rejected and comes back through the 190 at the 786, look for $1.71 and then $1.15 after that for some consolidation and that next move up. All right, what else we got here? NKN. Let's take a look at NKN. See where NKN's at. We got same setup. It looks like it's struggling a little bit more than some of the coins are doing. So looks like it's holding support at 0.3664, and let's see. Let's get rid of this stuff and get a basic setup of where we're at right now. And it looks like it already tested the 786 a couple of times. If it does get rejected here at 38 cents, definitely going to pull lower. Is 22 cents on the table? It could be on the table. That would be some amazing accumulation prices. But I'm sure there's a micro fib in there somewhere that probably here at 30 cents, even probably I'm going to put it in hopes and dreams that it does hit that 22 cents, and it'd be awesome at the right timeline, because that would be some killer accumulation as far as I'm looking at, especially in NKN. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to keep that on, and that's going to be a point of interest for me as far as NKN goes. But you know, just like I said earlier, you always going to remember this is not financial advice. These are my views and opinions on the market only. You always going to do what's right for you. If we do break out over the 786 line here and get over 38, we'll definitely, you know, more than likely come up and check this 618. If we can get over that, we'll start, you know, making some moves up to the upside. As far as numbers go, we can get some. So if we can get over 50, 0.5052, we should start looking pretty good as far as the scenario, you know, as far as coming out of this downtrend. So if we can get over this point here for some accumulation, next move up, then on the next move up, the points after that would be, you know, 6, 7, and then back up there. So keep an eye on those prices. You know, a lot of low prices are on the table here. Is this 0.3 on the table? Probably, you know, anything can happen, but I doubt it goes that far. You know, can I be wrong? Of course. But it's on the table. We'll put 0.03 on the table. 22 is, you know, actually a really great price as far as looking at it, and then for that upshot up. So yeah, interesting to keep an eye on NKN, but for those of you in the NKN army, just keep an eye on BTC on the regular. Let's see what else we got here. All right, we're gonna go band. All right, band here. Band, as you can tell, has got that same setup here. It's coming up to check this 786 line here at 579. If it gets over 579, probably look for you know, another triad at here at 637 at the 618. If it gets over the 618, we're looking for some accumulation up. So look at those prices as far as getting back on trend. You know, once we start making that uptrend up, then, you know, we'll start putting some more fib lines on as far as sales. You know, a lot of the low points started getting hit. 506 is on the table. We did put 294 on there. So keep an eye on those. You know, if the 506 does the support doesn't hold, then we're definitely looking at, you know, the $3 to the 294 range. For those of you in band, for some accumulation, and then, you know, the next move up. Keep an eye on that. As far as you know, BTC, keep an eye on BTC. You know, everything's pretty much, you know, sideways at this point. A lot of coins are just undecided. Let's see, what do we got? We got QNT. QNT's at, you know, 169. That's actually a pretty awesome print. It does got a lower low we put in. So I mean, how low can you go, QNT? So let's see where that, you know, we're gonna keep an eye on that. As far as where it's sitting at right now, it looks like it's coming up to test this 618. And if it does get rejected, it's gonna come back down. Check the 786. Come back up and test it again for that next move up. And, you know, that would be the ideal situation. If it does get rejected here and the support at 786 doesn't hold, definitely coming down to 145, and, you know, and then 106 is on the table. So yeah, that's quick update on everything right now. As far as well, we'll throw in Link too, since it's at 1845, which is a freaking pretty awesome price for Chainlink. It looks like, you know, we basically came back to the start as well. Chainlink was having some awesome moves. You know, it's, you know, at 18, you know, 1568 is on the table, as well as you know, 1427 is out there too. We got to put that on the table as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. Definitely need to get over the, you know, $25 range here to start getting back on track and then making our next move up. So keep an eye on BTC, keep an eye on Link, and you know, I'm definitely out here looking for some accumulation. So yeah, but we'll check in with everybody later on this evening, and we'll see where we're at again. And hope you guys are having a great and awesome day, afternoon, night, morning. And Mr. Big Braids is signing out. And always remember, this is not financial advice. These are my views and opinions on the market only, and you always got to do what's right for you.